Good Monday morning. Thank you for waking up with us here on Daybreak. I'm Dia Wall.
And I'm Matt Howardson. We'll have more on travel concerns and gas prices in just a moment. But first, let's get you out the door with traffic anchor Erica Lopez and meteorologist Greg Fields joining us here at the anchor desk.
Good morning. Happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Monday.
Relatively quiet start to the drive, so we'll take it. Only one overnight crash, but it looks like a relatively low impact, so not a bad start.
Quiet start to the forecast for the week, but it's going to heat up.
It is going to get a little active as we head into tomorrow, so we'll talk more about that for you in just a bit. Let's get you out the door right now. Now, you'll notice the difference. It was kind of chilly yesterday morning. We're going to be on the other side of that as you head out the door this morning. Clouds have rolled in. It's more humid out there for you. 64 degrees we're looking at taking you out to Fair Park right now. Those winds out of the south and southwest are going to be in that 10-mile-per-hour range here for us with the clouds kind of hanging around. But look how much warmer it is compared to yesterday. We're going to be in that 20, almost 25 degrees warmer, 23 degrees warmer getting out to Denton, 18 degrees warmer heading over to Fort Worth here this morning. So yes, that's going to put everyone in the low mid 60s as you head out the door this morning. 63 in Fort Worth, 64 as we get out to McKinney, and those low 60s along the Red River here for us. Now those winds will start to pick up a little bit more today as well out of the southwest and south, getting into that 10-20 mile per hour range. We'll have some higher gusts, very low chance for a little shower around early today. Otherwise, we'll have skies becoming partly sunny later today. The high around 82, maybe 83. So yes, it is going to be a warm one out there for us here as we head later into today. Now tomorrow things will get active, especially late in the day, and we'll break down the timing and exactly what to expect here coming up in just a bit. But we do have weather alert in place for tomorrow and Wednesday, right through Wednesday morning, with scattered storms likely across the area, widespread showers and storms. In fact, with that severe weather threat increasing with hail, wind, a low tornado threat. So we'll talk more about that. So make sure you stay updated, and we'll continue to update that forecast for you with more on this coming up in just a bit. But now let's get back over to Erica, checking on that Monday morning traffic.
You know what, Greg? I just said we had a low impact crash, but a much bigger impact crash popped up from the time that I walked over and quickly checked reports from TxDOT. So this is one big thing we're dealing with. This is just a little bit east of downtown Dallas. I-30 and Ferguson Road, and it looks like they've got a temporary full traffic hold. Again, this was just reported here in the last few seconds this morning on the westbound side of I-30 and Ferguson Road right now. Unclear if they're trying to just move the scene over to the left-hand side. Sometimes that's what we see as a temporary hold, or if this will end up being a full closure. I'm going to keep a close eye on this right now, but again, it looks like maybe they are snaking and allowing folks to travel on that far right-hand side. Aside from this, that low impact wreck that I did mention that we have, I do want to take you over to right now. Man, TxDOT's moving the camera on me. 175 and Railroad Avenue. I'll go ahead and take you to the map really quickly just to show you that majority of North Texas, green and clear. But that wreck where they were moving the camera around is 175 eastbound and Lamar. And it looked like just for the most part, a right shoulder is closed off. I'll work to get a little bit more information on that Ferguson wreck here coming up in the next few minutes. I'll send things over to Dia.
All right, Erica, thank you. You want to stay ahead of the storms when it comes to the forecast with WFAA Plus. That's where you can see our live radar anytime. And when there is active weather, you can count on us to be live. WFAA Plus is a free download.
Now to a live look at the White House, where President Trump is weighing the next steps in the war with Iran. He's reportedly considering sending special forces in to take Iran's nuclear stockpile. And it comes as Iranian leaders named a new supreme leader. This is video of celebrations in Iran after the announcement. The country's new leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, will succeed his father, Ali Khamenei, who was killed by U.S. and Israeli forces. President Trump says he won't last long.
The announcement of a new leader sent oil prices up overnight. Chris Sadeghi is joining us now live this morning with what you can expect to feel here in Texas.
Yes, Dia, one of the ways the war in Iran will affect all of us, the price of oil shooting up 28% over the last week. Here at this station in Frisco, $3.19 a gallon for regular. There's another station across the street. It's also $3.19 a gallon. If you're one of those people that has premium needs for your car, it's around $3.89 a gallon. But this goes beyond just gassing up your car. Take a look at these AAA prices of gas from today compared to a week ago. The national average went from $3 to $3.48 for a gallon of regular. We're a little bit better off here in Texas, although prices still jumped from $2.62 to $3.13. I checked out North Texas counties specifically. We're paying an average of $3.19 a gallon, but this goes beyond the pump. As I mentioned, nearly everything runs on gasoline, which means deliveries cost more. Energy prices cost more. Manufacturing costs are more. And those inflated costs get passed off to, you guessed it, you, the consumer. When asked about the highest prices of both his two terms, President Trump called the cost temporary.
Are you worried about gas prices right now?
No, this is a short excursion into something that should have been done for 47 years.
And if you're one of those that keeps an eye on your investment accounts, you know last week was a volatile week. The world markets opened up today lower. They're going down, so we could see another sell-off once the opening bell rings here in a few hours. Matt and Dia, back to you.
All right, Chris, thank you. And as he just mentioned, gas prices are going to look different depending on where you're filling up. Right now in Longview, about 2 hours east of Dallas, Gas Buddy is reporting $2.19 a gallon at a local Shell just for regular fuel. If you go the opposite direction, an hour west of Fort Worth, there's a spot in Mineral Wells selling gas at $2.39 a gallon per Gas Buddy.
Still ahead this morning, we'll have a live report from the Middle East. ABC's chief foreign correspondent Ian Pannell will be with us from Israel as the country launches new attacks in Iran. That's going to be at 6:30.
You know, we tend to see gas prices spike a little bit this time of year, especially with spring break travel ramping up.
Yeah, we've seen long lines at Texas airports, too, due in part to the time of the year, but an ongoing partial government shutdown is adding to some strain. Natalie Haddad is at DFW Airport right now. Natalie, so far, no major issues here, but I think it's obviously top of mind for travelers right now.
Yeah, definitely, Matt. Good news here is that here at Terminal D at DFW International, we're seeing wait times fluctuate between 2 and 6 minutes. So far, so good this morning. But I've got to tell you, yesterday was a completely different story. I was personally dropping off a friend at Terminal B here, and I'd never seen a security line, general security line, as long as I had yesterday. It took her about 20 minutes to get through it. And partly to blame for that is, yes, it may have been early in the morning, but also this partial government shutdown affecting TSA workers across the country and creating headaches for flyers. Take a look at this video from Houston's Hobby Airport, one of the busiest in the country, even on a normal day. Passengers there faced wait times of more than 3.5 hours yesterday, with some barely making or even missing their flights. It was a similar scene over at Houston's other major airport, George Bush Intercontinental. They also saw high wait times. And then even across the border in New Orleans at an airport near there, seeing long lines there additionally as well. So back here at home, though, no major issues reported so far at Dallas Love Field or DFW International. Still, DFW is warning travelers to plan ahead as spring break crowds grow and the partial shutdown continues. On their website, they say travelers are recommended to add 60 to 90 minutes to their normal travel plan. At minimum, arrive 2 hours before domestic flights and 3 hours before international. Now, as far as the partial government shutdown goes, guys, there's really no end in sight. Congress is still going back and forth across the aisle on ways to fund the Department of Homeland Security, who of course oversees the TSA workers here. Many of these workers working on barely a paycheck at all right now. So until we figure this out in Congress, you can expect longer lines at the airport. I'll send it back to you in studio.
All right, thank you so much, Natalie. Here's a look at wait times at DFW Airport right now. You can see most of the checkpoints here are green, which means less than a 10-minute wait. A good tool to have as we head into a busy period. Also something you can find on Love Field's website.
All right, Matt, thank you. Now to 3 things you need to know this morning. Outrage is growing after ICE detained a family of championship mariachi musicians. A rally was held outside of the Raymondville Detention Center Sunday. That's about 45 minutes away from McAllen. That's where 18-year-old Antonio Gomez Cuellar is being held, separated from his family, who's also being held 3 hours away in Dilley. Antonio and his 14-year-old brother are both members of that championship-winning mariachi group that have performed before Congress. The family has been in the middle of an asylum process and have been doing regular check-ins with ICE for the past 2 years. Los Angeles police arrested a woman accused of opening fire on the home of singer Rihanna. Investigators say multiple rounds hit her mansion, but none were inside of her home. Now, she was there when the shooting happened, but Rihanna was not hurt. Officers tracked the suspect down to a parking garage and arrested her. Investigators are trying to figure out a motive. And get ready for Swedish meatballs and furniture in Dallas. The first IKEA store in the city opens Wednesday. It'll be at the Shops at Park Lane off Central Expressway, and this new store is smaller than the ones in Grand Prairie and Frisco. It's about 20% of the size.
Interesting.
There we go.